The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, your boy Ryan Garcia, it's been a long time since I made any videos about Ryan Garcia, but he came out on Twitter recently, and he had a lot to say about his upcoming plans in 2022, stating the following, and I quote, 2022 is going to be my year, huge fights only. So, Ryan Garcia making big claims. Ryan Garcia saying that 2022 is going to be the year that he takes the boxing world by storm. Now, Ryan Garcia, I'll just be real. I like him, and I thought his 2021 got out to an amazing start. I really thought this was going to be the year that Ryan Garcia broke out and became a superstar. He knocked out Luke Campbell on January the 2nd. So the second day of the year, he scored the biggest win of his career, and he had the whole rest of this year to do something. We were promised fights with Gervonta Davis. He talked a lot of trash about Gervonta Davis. Didn't happen. He was supposed to fight Fortuna. Didn't happen. Now they're talking about him fighting Jojo Diaz. It's probably not going to happen. He won an eliminator. That fight was an eliminator. That fight against Luke Campbell was a WBC eliminator to fight Devin Haney for his version of the WBC belt. It didn't happen. He's ducking Devin Haney. In my H Money voice, he's ducking Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia is a fighter that I think his career is in a very, very precarious and unsafe position because there's no direction. He became so famous without having to do anything in the ring. Like, he doesn't need to fight big names to make a lot of money. Ryan Garcia, from what I was reading, and I'm not trying to pocket watch, but I'm using this as a point to make my point, which is his net worth was like $10 million or something like that. And Ryan Garcia, if your net worth is $10 million and your biggest name you fought is Luke Campbell, then why go fight Gervonta Davis? Why go fight Teofimo Lopez? Why go fight these guys? He was throwing out the idea of fighting Manny Pacquiao as well. Like, there were a lot of things that Ryan Garcia was promising fans this year, and he just let a lot of people down. So I think 2022. If he's not going to box the rest of his year, which is really a joke because he hasn't boxed since January, and if he's not going to box the rest of this year, it's a fucking joke. Ryan Garcia, I'm not trying to kick him while he's down, but he went on and on about how he has all these mental health problems and all this nonsense, right? And then after he said that, he's taking all these pictures on the beach with his girlfriend and all this stuff and his baby mom or whatever. And people are not going to have sympathy for you. People are not going to have sympathy for you, especially when you've pretty much had the red carpet rolled out for you in your boxing career. You've been spoon-fed stardom and fame since you've been in the pros. He's marketed himself well. He's been someone that has that superstar potential. He's actually a very talented fighter. But I question, and you gotta excuse me if I sound like a dickhead, but I question the mental fortitude for Ryan Garcia to have longevity in boxing, because he's talked about in the past, he's thrown out the idea of him retiring early, doing movies, talking about things that have fuck all to do with boxing, just nothing to do with boxing at all. So 2022, we got to see Ryan Garcia put up or shut up. We got to see him fight these guys like, the Golden Boy will probably go the Jojo Diaz route, but that's not going to suffice. We need Ryan Garcia to really step up and show his quality. We know he's at a certain level. We know he's definitely worthy of being a top 10 caliber fighter because he can beat and knock out the Luke Campbells of the world. But we need to see Ryan Garcia against Devin Haney's and Shakur Stevenson's and Teofimo Lopez and Gervonta Davis and these guys, because what good is it having star quality and what good is it having superstar potential if you're not testing it against guys who have that same potential as you in those meaningful fights? Put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. I'm tired of these fighters. Freaking getting on Twitter, getting on Instagram, talking about how great they are, talking about what they can and can't do. And then you get guys like Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor that actually go out there and show you what they're about, and people want to shit on them. No. These hype jobs like Ryan Garcia, and I'm going to say it because he can be talented, he can be skilled. I'm not disputing those things, but until further notice, until he steps up and fights consistently and fights top competition consistently and shows that he can be that superstar fighter that people think he is in boxing, Ryan Garcia is a hype job because people are treating him as a superstar, and he is not that. He is not that. I don't care how many Instagram followers he has. I don't care how many tickets he sells. I don't care about none of that shit. Because if you don't fight, who gives a fuck? Like, who cares? Who cares? You know? Who cares? Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia has to happen in 2022. I know Leonard Ellerbe, Miller Promotions, all parties involved, they're going to have their own plans for Tank. But, like, that's a fight. To me, there's no fight in boxing below 160, by below 168, that would do more numbers than that fight. Not one. Not one. Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis in this country would be one of the biggest pay-per-view fights in decades if they ever decided to make the fight happen. And that's the fight I think should be happening, because you got Gervonta Davis, what he brings to the ring with his knockout power, and he has like the hip hop demographic, that he's bringing that. Ryan Garcia has more like the YouTube, the younger generation, kind of more like that Jake Paul fan base. You put those two things together in a boxing ring with the styles they have and the way they're both able to promote themselves, you got a blockbuster fight. So I say that to say that Ryan Garcia has so many options. You've got Haney, that's a big fight. You've got Lopez, that's a big fight. You've got, a lot of fights out there. So put up or shut up. Put up or shut up, because 2021 was a massive letdown for a lot of people. And after like when Ryan Garcia knocked out Luke Campbell the way he did in a classic fight, I was really, really excited for this year, and I thought this was going to be his breakout year, because he won that fight so early in the year. You had to think that he was going to continue to step it up and be active and show his quality, but that isn't what's happened, and his career has went in a downward spiral. So make of that what you will. But Ryan Garcia, until further notice, I like him, and I want him to do well, because I understand that if he does well, that bodes well for boxing. But until he really shows himself to be a consistent fighter, I have to give him the label of a hype job, because he is a hype job, because he's not boxing enough to be making these kind of claims. So shut me up, Ryan Garcia. I'm personally challenging you to shut me up and show the world, show the world, and mostly show yourself that you are that superstar fighter that people think you are, because I don't think you're a bad fighter. I think you're quite good. So leave your comments down below. Ryan Garcia saying that he's going to have a big 2022. Make of that what you will. Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.